Hey guys, how's it going? It's the start of November. I didn't do an allotment tour for October, I don't think, or at least I didn't post it. So I thought I'd just show you around, probably the last tour of the year in terms of actual plants doing stuff. It's been pretty mild. It's a little bit nippy today, but not too bad. So yeah, the tropicals have kind of held on, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you a little bit around the plot. The figs, you can see they're on their way out, which is fair enough. They've well, they haven't. I was about to say they've produced well. They produced a few figs for me. Obviously, this is their first year, so next year is going to be hopefully a lot better. And yeah, quite excited to see what these trees can produce. So yeah, these guys are all going dormant. There's a couple that I'm going to take a few cuttings from, but yeah, most of them I've just formed the basis of the structure of the tree, and then I'll build on that next year. So yeah, to be fair, this year in general I haven't been blown away by figs, even from the trees that are more established and stuff like that. I haven't been super blown away by them. I think the cooler weather and the changeable weather as well, because we had like we almost had a frost, like, I don't know, a month and a half ago almost. Maybe not, maybe a month, which is super early. And yeah, and then it warmed up really, really well, and it's just been just so changeable. It's just, you can't really predict it very well anymore. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's the figs. Obviously the figs in here, they're also going dormant, starting to anyway. I'm building up some cardboard reserves for cardboard mulching, which I'm going to use. Well, actually, I'm going to use it on a lot of places. All the paths and stuff like that I'm going to redo. The strawberry bed, what I'm going to do with these, it hasn't produced well for me this year. The weeds have been completely just unmanageable. Like, I spent hours and hours and hours weeding this every single time I came down in sort of spring, early summer, and it just hasn't worked. It's just, once the grass gets established, it just really is an absolute nightmare to get out, especially when it grows like this. You can see it grows like into the crown of where the strawberry is growing, and you just can't get that out without actually digging the plant up. So what I'm going to do is do exactly that. I'm going to dig the plants up, pop them in this bed just to cover the roots. I'm going to do a bit every time I come down, and then completely get all the weeds out of this bed, and then really heavily cardboard mulch, wood chip, and then replant the strawberries back in once that's all done. Restart basically, because I know that even a little bed like this can produce an absolute ton of strawberry. Well, not literally a ton, but it would be nice. But yeah, my old plot, which is down there, I had a bed about that size, and I just had strawberries coming out my ears. Couldn't keep up. So I hope that I can get back to that again. So yeah, that's the strawberries. I had planted salad in this bed, but then one thing I am doing, which I don't know if I mentioned last time, because I forgot to post the videos, but I'm extending this middle section of my allotment. So like where the where the slabs are, these are the paths kind of around the outside, like up there, then down there, and then along there, and yeah, you can kind of see the edge, where the edge was. It was about here, and I've moved it all backwards, because I've moved some of these raised beds over. I've done that on all sides pretty much. So yeah, the middle section's a lot bigger, so next year I can continue to grow the bananas and loads of other plants that I want to grow as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I had planted spring onions in this bed. Oh look, they're just coming up. I've been surprised actually this year by how long it takes spring onions to germinate. I thought they would be like a really rapid crop, but they're quite slow. But anyway, so I've got a few spring onions in there. This bed I also did move over slightly. I couldn't move it over as much as I wanted, because under this wood pile I've got like a mouse or like a vole or something. So I've left I've left it some space to make its nest. But yeah, I've planted this bed with garlic, and you can see it's just coming up here. 3 different varieties. Sorry, someone came along. So yeah, I've got the garlic going here, so early summer next year hopefully I'll get a good crop of garlic, which will be nice. Over here I've got my wheat project, so yeah, and you can see it's doing well. That isn't grass, that is wheat. Well, wheat is a grass technically, but yeah, it's wheat. You can see this side of the raised bed is bare because I did move this raised bed up as well as that one over, so everything's been moved up to make a bit more space in the middle. I have reseeded this edge, so hopefully, to be fair, actually, it looks like it's already starting to germinate. I don't know if you can see through there, those seeds are starting to germinate, which is really good. So yeah, but I mean, this is going to take a whole year. Well, I think it's like August will be harvest, and then I'll need to figure out some way of actually processing the grain to make bread. But I'm really excited about this project. Yeah, it's going to be quite cool. It might not work, who knows, but yeah. Compost heap's doing well. It shrunk so much, I put so much stuff on here, it just shrinks. But anyway, this bed over here, this is Komatsuna, which I haven't really been picking, to be honest. It's just been a bit of a cover crop. But I've got carrots here, pretty good crop of carrots actually. I've had a few already because I had to, like I said, move the raised bed over, so the carrots that were about here have had to come up. But really decent carrots as well. Really happy with that. I picked some beans from this bed, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it kind of bare this winter. And then ornamentals wise, dahlias are starting to come into their own, which is really cool. But I'm gonna have to dig them up probably in the next month. Probably dig these guys up. And then yeah, today I am actually going to try and dig up the Musa Baju, which is this clump of big bananas here. So I'm going to have to cut all the foliage off, cut the stems down slightly, and then dig them up. And I'll probably try and sell 1 or 2 of them because I don't need them. I keep one of them and then give one of them to my neighbour because she wanted some as well. But yeah, you can see the ornamentals doing really well. This is going to have to come up probably in the next few weeks as well as the gingers. The salvia, I'm going to leave it where it is. I think it should be fine. So yeah, that's sort of most of it, to be fair. I have got these apples here. You can see loads of apples. These were very late last year, and I just assume that they are just a super late variety. It's quite uncommon, like down here in the south, for it to not even be ready in November. It's quite uncommon. So, but yeah, I don't know what I'll do with these. Probably make some more juice, but we'll see. But anyway, there we go. There's a quick tour of the plot. Might just show you once I've dug up the Musa Baju. And yeah, hope you're all doing really well. Lots of peace and lots of love. Okay, so you can see here I've cut off all the leaves and then chopped the stems down. These are the little like roller leaves that are just emerging. I just find it quite cool to, I don't know, they just look quite cool. Sort of want to keep them for something, but I don't know what. And then yeah, these are the four pseudostems. Probably about 50 centimeters, maybe slightly more. But yeah, I've got to try and dig them out and separate them, and then replant one for myself, give one to my neighbour, and then I'll take the other 2 home and figure out what to do with them there. But yeah, it's going to be fun trying to divide them. I think it's going to have to be a saw. So yeah, I'll show you after I've done it. Alright guys, so this is the final product. So I've got 2 good sized stems in this bag, and lots of little offshoots as well, little pups. I've given one to my neighbour, and then I replanted one of the stems, which was one of the thickest ones. I've moved it was there, I've moved it to there, because yeah, I want other bananas next year to go further to the front, because the sun comes up from over there. So the Musabashi is pretty hardy, it grows pretty well, so it doesn't need to be in a priority position, so to speak. But yeah, I'm going to replant that. So I replanted the stem, and then going to wrap the stem. That's what I was meant to say. Well, I don't know actually. I don't know if I will wrap it. I might just mulch it and let it die down. I don't really want the Musabashi to be huge, but we'll see. Maybe I will wrap it. I don't know. But yeah, look at the leaves. These are just 3 of the leaves that I kept, and they just look amazing. I might try and cook something in them. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Lots of love, lots of peace, and I'll speak to you very soon.